Hello guys, this is the part 2 of making a platformer in raylib. So I have made a name for my platformer which is called Nario. If you don't know how to set up all of this and stuff, then you should watch the first part because that's where I show how to set up these. Now right now our folder is empty. In the last video we just made a test file, but now we are actually going to make a CMake file and some actual code. So first of all, I'm gonna make two folders. One is the build and SRC. Now CMake generates a lots of files, so we have to put them in here. Now let's make a file in the src folder which will be called main.cpp. Now let's make a CMake lists file. Now it's not necessary to do it here. I just like to do it in the terminal. And that's the setup. We just need to write something. Right now, I'm just going to first write the CMake lists. CMake minimum required. If you know how to set up CMake, then you can just skip this part. But if you don't, then I'm just going to use this. And we will name the project Nario. We'll add an executable. Nario. And we're gonna link some libraries. I will show you how to quickly compile the files when we are compiling, but right now let's just link it. Now we have to go into our main.cpp file. Wait a second, I'm just gonna set up and then unpause. Okay, so I've set up a basic window. I'm just gonna explain what this is. This makes a window 800/600 Nario. This makes the loop run while the window is open. This begins the drawing. This clears the background of the color white. This ends the drawing, which is basically one whole frame. Then at the end it closes the window. Event handling is automatically done with raylib. So let's now actually get to compiling. First of all, I'm gonna close Google Chrome because if you watched the last video, you know how much my PC fucking lags. So let's go to the build directory. And if you are using make files, then you just do this to generate make files. But if you use Ninja just like me, then you have to specify the generator for Ninja, then you go for it. Let's just let it compile. We'll take a little time. If it says unknown here, then that means it didn't recognize the compiler. And this is actually the problem I was talking about in the Mint-W32 shell instead of the 64. Then I moved to 64, then it stopped showing that problem. Now you can just do Ninja to build, but for faster compiling, I recommend using J2 or 4. I'm just gonna use J2 because my PC only has 2 cores, but still, even with multi 2 cores, it is very fast. Like look at that, it compiles so fast. And God knows how much your speed will be if you have like 16 cores or something. So now let's actually run it. It's initializing stuff. And would you look at that? We have a window. Yippee. Now let's actually add a player. We are also going to add some basic physics, not that new physics, but just basic. Let's first make a rectangle outside here, so we can access it from anywhere. Player is equal to first of all x, which will be we are going to make center x, which will be just 800 divided by 2, and center y, which will be 600 divided by 2. These will be the centers of the window. Now we must do center x minus 32, which is the player width, center y minus 32, which is the player height, 32, 30. So that is our player. This is drawing right now. Now in was the last video, I was talking about a first method, and this is the first method. Instead of actually passing the x and y and stuff directly into the function, you pass a rectangular object, then a color, like something like blue. So let's see if this works. Oh yeah, I didn't compile, that's why I didn't work. Let's actually compile first. And then look, we have a player in the middle of the screen, probably exactly the middle because of the calculations. Also, this is not necessary, but just to make it like more readable, I'm just gonna make screen width and height variables. Width. How do you spell it? Width. Yeah, it's width. 800. Define screen height 600. So now if it is these, we use screen width, screen height, and also just the same here. So we don't have to change both of these. Now let's actually add some simple physics, which will basically be just a velocity going down and just down and down. We'll add a platform later, but right now let's just add this basic physics. We'll make a float acceleration. Again, this is optional, but I just use it. And then a float player velocity. Let's actually rename this to player acceleration. So what we are going to do is every frame, this looks cursed, I'm just gonna, so every frame what we do is we basically increase the player velocity by the player acceleration, and then set the player, increase the player by the player velocity, meaning the player will go downwards faster and faster. You can also use minus equals if you want to make the player go up for some reason, like a rocket and stuff would be that, because the rocket starts slow then moves fast. So let's start building, and Mario, bro, that was really good, and I know why. That's because we didn't set the FPS to something like 30, which actually makes the FPS limited, or else it would go really fast. Look, now it's actually seeable, but it now it's too slow, so let's just set it to 60 and see. Yeah, that's the best probably. Now let's add a platform. We'll make a rectangle platform. In the next video we'll actually add sprites, but right now we're just making a base game. So we'll make a platform which is x will be 0, but its y will be screen height minus its height, which will be 100. So its width will be the screen width and its height will be 100. I know that's right. No, yeah, over. Platform. And green. Now we actually have to add booleans. Basically we'll make a boolean variable boolean player colliding. This will be used for everything, so we'll just name it player colliding is equal to false. Now you might already know what I'm trying to do here, which is basically only do these when the player is not colliding with anything. If not player colliding, then that. If, and we going to check what. Okay. Yeah, I just touched my computer right, and I can see why Windows is saying that. It looks as right now, but still. performance first. Check collision. We are gonna check collision. Rex. I think it's Rex. I forgot, but it should be Rex. Platform and player. If the player is colliding with the platform, but actually I have an idea. We are gonna see if the player will collide with the platform. Rectangle, player dot x, player dot y plus 1, player dot width, and player dot height. If the player will collide, then set player colliding to 2 and set it to false before. So basically what this will do is every frame it sets the player colliding to false, but it checks if the player is colliding, so it sets it to true. If we move this down here, then after it's set to true, it will set to false. So we have to put it up there. So it should work in theory. Okay. Wait a sec. So now let's compile the program and see if it works. Okay, so we have a working player, as you can see. When it starts it falls, but when it collides it stops. But I think I was wrong and I will just have to use player. I might not see it, but I know that the player is levitating a little bit. And the reason I said I might not see it is because my screen has a glitch effect for some reason, and that makes everything copy. That's why I was using error in the first place. Now it should be perfect. I still can't see if it is good. Oh, I didn't save it. That's why. Now I still cannot see if it is good or not. If you can see, that should be possible. You could see it unglitched. So if you can see, then just tell me in the comments. Hold on. Let's add a jumping mechanic. And if you ever made like a Flappy Bird clone before, you know that making a jumping mechanic is really fucking easy. Basically, you check if a key is pressed, which in this case will be space. Oh yeah, it's not just that, it's key space. And then if yes, then player dot velocity is equal to -3. You can put anything there, whatever you like, but I'm just going to put this. Okay, so in theory it won't work. That's because we'll have to put this up there before this. I think so. No, still no. So let me think. I'm just gonna pause the video for you to know. Okay guys, I am actually certified -1 IQ because yeah, that's it. That's what I had to do. I am a certified 1 IQ person right now. Look, now we can jump. Can jump. But we can double jump. Wow. Bravo. So I think the fix to this should be something like this. Make a jump count and set it to 0. So whenever the player jumps, jump count plus this. But we have to do jump count is equal to 0, meaning the player has it. And after that we will set the jump count to 0. but that actually won't work. Let me think, wait a second, I'm just gonna pause. Okay, now I am a certified 2 IT person, because what we can do is basically when the jump count is 1, that means the player has jumped once, and basically reset the jump count only if the player is touching the ground, meaning the player has completed jumping. So all we got to do is just to if player you, then yeah, there will just let's just think about it. Basically, if player colliding, well, not that. The reason I put that out is because I said before that player colliding is for everything that the player touches, but we only want the ground and not anything. So let's just make it so when the player is specifically touching the ground, then set the jump count back to 0. Okay, so now it should work, and yeah, we can jump unless we touch the ground back, which is actually good, because obviously we don't want the player to literally levitate into the air and then not come back ever again. Now before we add any coins or anything, some people might be like so I said that before adding coins or anything, some people who are new to raylib might be stressed, because they would think that to move the camera we have to move everything except the player, but that isn't the case. I mean, it is the case in some libraries like SDL2 specifically, or like sorry, that was just my brother. I'm in the living room, so I'm getting disturbed really quickly again and again. So what I was saying, that raylib has a camera 2D object that we can actually use to make the player move and the camera move. So we are gonna not make a camera here. We have to make a camera after we initialize the window. Camera 2D camera is equal to 0. I don't know what this does, but I do know that camera dot target is equal to 0. I think it should be like this, center or something, but I know this is the zoom. You can set it to whatever you want, but I recommend 1.4x. We need an offset, which is basically, we don't need an offset right now. Let's just set it to 0, 0. Finally, we need a rotation 0. Okay, but it won't automatically work. Basically, now we have a GUI layer. What I am trying to say is, now the game should go after we do begin mode 2D with the camera and mode 2D like this. And because we are doing it after the camera work is done, and whatever is done at the last is on the top, meaning that whatever is in between and mode 2D and end drawing is the GUI, and it appears above everything and doesn't get affected by the camera movement. So that's good to know. And now let's just save this and not compile it, because we still got it. Now we are going to make is key down, key D for right, player dot x plus equals like 5, camera dot target dot x. Wait, before this, actually need to see how the camera looks if we set the target to 0, 0. So we need to compile this again, run it. camera looks good and the player can move. Right. And also in the next video we'll add some like damping to the player movement so that it slows slowly. Camera dot target dot x. We'll change the target just like we did with the player, and the same will be done for the other x minus equals 5. Now because of this, now you have an infinite world, and now as you can see the player is moving with the camera, and we also can see the player moving. It just looks like that everything else is moving but still the player is moving. And let's actually see. Yeah, the collision also works, but I'm just gonna move this. Oh, check. What if I set target Y to the player Y? I think it will fuck up. I mean, obviously it would. Nothing goes planned in a programmer's life. And obviously, I knew it. I mean, like, it isn't that bad, right? It's just that the player is on the top and stuff. But still. What if I do plus? No. Let's just try. If you are getting bored, you can just skip. But yeah. Basically, what is happening is the camera dot y is being increased by the player y, which means it will quickly just go down. So that's why. So how do we make it so the camera moves with the player? What if we do divided by 2? I'm sorry if you are getting bored because I didn't think of this, but I just thought of it now. Wait, this is actually really cool. No? Like look at the effect, bro. Like, I mean, it's not the best, but still it's cool. The camera can't keep up with the player, yeah. So what do we do? You can't do player dot y, you can't do that, and we can't also like just set the target to the player x and y, because that would make the player appear right here even if the player was in the center. So what do we do? Wait a second. What if we just go up here and do camera dot target dot x and dot y is equal to plus equal to velocity. Do the same here. What will happen then? I didn't compile. I mean, like, that is a cool effect that was right now, but still, if the player falls, it can't keep up. Wait, it's actually working. Yeah, it's actually working. So with that done, the final goal in this video is to add some collectibles and also draw some text. Now SDL users might hate drawing text because that's really hard in SDL, but in raylib it's really easy. But we don't get that. Okay. Let's just make a collect score and we'll set it to 0. And in the next video we'll actually add a random point generation, but right now let's just make some 0.1 and stuff. 0.1 equal to something like set its text to 120, y to platform dot y minus 2 minus 10, and yeah, minus 30 I guess. 30, 30. Let's do the same for the second one, but put it in the 30x, and let's draw both of these. Draw rectangle rect, coin 1, yellow obviously. Draw rectangle rect, coin 2, yellow. Now here's where the GUI layer comes in. You can just draw a text here, and I actually okay, I guess we gotta go vim mode because I forgot what the arguments of this function are, and Sublime Text doesn't have completions, so you can obviously just skip, but I'm gonna go vim mode. By that I basically mean I'm gonna go to the root directory and raylib.txt. Oh, obviously vim is not found. Why would it be found? VI is not found either. Nano is found. Hang on. Okay. How do I find something? Okay. Control W. Find raw text. Okay, okay. No. We want normal raw text. Okay, there it is. So, font star, pose, and y, font size and color. So let's start. So first of all, we need the store text, which will use format text function from raylib. Score percentage b. I think that's fine. Put score here. Then we want the first portion 0 0, font size 32, and finally the color. And let's run it now. Build, and obviously it didn't work. Build script. You mean draw text? I guess we got to go nano mode again. Control W. Draw text. Check. Page down. Oh, there it is again. Yeah, that's good. Now search every fucking corner to get format text. Oh, what? Format. That's where format. I'm sorry if you're bored again, but I'm just trying to like do something, bro. Okay, I guess there was never a format text function and I was just hallucinating, so we'll have to go no more because we didn't do score plus like std to string dot c string. Basically it converts the score to a string, then it joins it with that, but we have to make it const star because obviously raylib didn't have IO string on only, so we have to go up here and include string. Let's see if this works. Ninja GP, and obviously it doesn't. What's this, bro? What is this? Failed. What do you mean failed? Okay, let's just make a string out of it instead of using HTTP string. I mean, like, bro, I don't have much experience with that. How do we do this? Let me just think. After totally good thinking, I think this should work. And I just realized that I am a lazy ass and spent 30 minutes not doing literally anything. So, let me think again. Okay guys, after totally not using ChatGPT, I have found out that the thing I was trying to do is actually real, but I typed format text instead of text format. Yeah, that's the problem. But now it's working and I've compiled it, so let's run it. Now as you can see there's a score, but it literally does nothing because there's obviously no clue. What we are going to do is basically make it so if check collision rex player and point 1. Trust me, this is gonna look much better in the next episode when we have loops and stuff. Point 1 dot x is equal to minus 1000. Point 1 dot y is equal to minus 1000. The reason I'm doing this is because I'm not. Why am I doing this? Oh, yeah. Okay. So both just move out of the screen so far away that even the far lands can't reach there. So we do coin. But in both of these, we increase the score by 10. Not plus 10, plus equals 10. In the next video, I'm also gonna load a system font instead of the raylib font. So it's gonna look better. And the reason it says no what to use because I didn't see it. And I ran it because without the font. This is the last thing of the video. I'm going to end it now. So there's the score 0, 10, 20. Yep, we literally ate the coins. So that's it for today, and goodbye.